This was created with the Osmo Pocket 3. Breakthrough news, guys. Midget Gems that taste like the old days have been discovered. Alright, they're not called Midget Gems, but that's what you have to take them as. Yeah, Midget Gems used to taste good in the old days, but there's been a crisis for many decades now where they've lost their identity. AKA, they used to be soft and tasty, and then they became hard and tasteless. But Morrisons seem to have bucked the trend, except they're a bit pricey. I probably wouldn't buy them again, actually. Yeah, they've got a bit of a fruit juice taste, so they're quite tasty. Same thing happened to wine gums. It seems like gelatin sweets, really. They took the taste out of them, really. Maybe it's to do with price or something, I don't know about it. But at £1.35, they're a bit pricey. Probably wouldn't buy them again, but if you are looking for Midget Gems, then this is a good thing, probably. Good option. Some of them have changed the name to Mini Gems. I don't mind, really, you know. I'm guessing maybe it's a sign of the times and not to offend and that. Yeah, that's fair enough, I think, in this case, you know. Sometimes I think, hey, what's going on? Hold on, but in the case of Midget Gems, Mini Gems, I don't really mind it. And I think probably I agree with it in a way, you know. Yeah, looking at Troy.co.uk, you've got Aldi are holding out, they're still calling themselves Midget Gems. I get the feeling they'll all go to Mini Gems, because even Maynards have went to Mini Gems now. And they're the sort of the daddy of Midget Gems, really, aren't they? I don't think it was Maynards. It used to be, I can't remember the brand, was it Bassett's? But whoever it was, I think Maynards has become the big independent now. But for Aldi, they've got them ones at 79p, but they're tasteless and they're hard. So there's not much point, really, you know. Yeah, at least sort of Maynards have changed their name. Get Morrisons here at £1.35. It's a serious business. Yeah, I've tasted the ASDA ones. I mean, that's not bad, 88p, but they're not that good. They're slightly better than Aldi and they're not as hard, but they're pretty tasteless. I mean, it's like eating gelatin, basically. When you're eating them, you're thinking, why am I even bothering, you know? Tesco, £1.10, I don't know about theirs, can't remember. Lidl aren't listed on trolley. They're about 79p as well, and pretty tasteless. Oh, and there's Aldi there with Mini Gems, so they've got Mini and Midget. What's the difference in that, you know? Yeah, maybe they're going through the change. And then you've got Sainsburys, they're calling them Mini Gems. So it looks like the days of Midget Gems. The name's gone, but the product still stays. The gelatin, small thing like that, you know. Pretty pointless, really, I suppose, when you think about it. Because I think the best marketeer of all time is the person who came up with the term fun size. Because if I was at that meeting, I would have probably suggested something that's small, you know, smaller. Whereas somebody came up with fun size. And when you think it, maybe I would have come up with the idea of petite, you know, because all over the world at the moment, there are people searching petite. And it just made me wonder, maybe instead of petite, it should be known as fun size, you know. You could, on the websites, people could be searching fun size. Yeah, I don't know what's happened with these prices now. You know, £1.35, I mean, that's, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what that was, say, 4 years ago. I would imagine half the price. But, you know, that's what Maynards are, and then there's sort of leaders in this. Maybe even the creators, or they bought over the creators. Yeah, it seems to be the same with wine gums as well. I've got a pack of wine gums here, Morrisons. They're tasty as well. And tastier than Aldi and that. And I think you can either choose between price or taste. I think that seems to be it. Yeah, because these are pretty tasty, the Morrisons ones. I think Sainsburys own brand are tasty, but Maynards aren't very tasty as I recall. And neither are Aldi or Lidl. These gelatin sweets in it. I don't know what's happened, you know. Yeah. Yeah, there seems to have been a sort of price thing there. I mean, you could ask, well, what's the point anyway? Alright guys, I think I've made my point. Midget Gems are on the way out. It's now Mini Gems. Get with it. Please do not offend. But Morrisons, you're paying a lot, £1.35, but they're tasty and chewy. Unlike Aldi and Lidl that are cheap and hard and tasteless, you know, gelatin basically. Why am I doing this? Alright. I think I've made my point. Anyway, the take home is, at least you get some joy out of these, whereas the Aldi ones are a lot cheaper, half the price really, but pretty joyless. Yeah, because the way things changes, I thought in Scotland they'll never be able to get people to stop smoking in pubs, you know. I just thought, no way. But I think what happened is that the smokers like it because they can all stand outside and talk to each other and all that, so, you know, they sort of bypassed the meaning of that law. Yeah, because smoking outside pubs, there's probably a lot of marriages that have been created that way. And I suppose they've got one big thing in common, I suppose. There's not going to be any arguments in the house, you know, about smoking.